Hey guys, it's Jaina here again, and today we are talking about common money mistakes in Thailand that you might be making. Thailand is all about spice buy, which means happy, comfortable, feeling fine, taking it easy. It's so easy to spend money to make your life go well, and sometimes we forget that we're in another country and a disaster could be just waiting around the corner. For those of you here for a long time, perhaps you forgot that you are no longer living the 2-week millionaire lifestyle and now it's time to take it easy. This video is going to point out some of those mistakes that every one of you are making in some way. But before we continue, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel and like the video. It helps us do the research and talk to the people that bring this kind of valuable information to you. Pansmile is not the always fun channel like many other vlogs are in Thailand. We work very hard to bring you the hard information that helps you decide if you want to visit, live, or work in Thailand. So please guys, go ahead and help me out by subscribing. So let's jump right into some of these financial mistakes and how you can fix them. The very first financial mistake is an expensive social life. We've all seen it, the expat or retiree who's always at the bar or nightclub almost every night. You can set your watch by it. It's caused by a mixture of boredom, loneliness, cheap alcohol, warm weather, too many bars, too much free time, and pretty bar girls. We know many bar owners who do not drink, and one of the first rules of someone who sells drugs is never use your own products. If you have pals who insist that you join them every night or every weekend to go drinking, then it means you have the wrong pals. Even more certain, it means that you really have nothing to do with your life. Try to find some interests that are not drinking or clubbing, even if they're more expensive interests, because the problem with drinking is that in the long term, it's going to affect your health, and that's a huge money mistake that you really don't want to make in Thailand. You'll end up sick and unable to afford cheaper health insurance as you get older while living here. There are many things to do in Thailand besides drinking. If you need some ideas, please contact us on our website for help. A big problem with a lot of guys in Thailand is an expensive girlfriend. You've heard the same story before. Guy comes to Thailand, lives here for a few weeks or months, then has to go back home to work, but sends tens of thousands of baht to a lady in Thailand. Or a guy comes to Thailand, lives here for a few weeks, and rents a condo and moves his girlfriend into it, then goes back to his home country and pays for the condo and all expenses back in Thailand. Or a guy comes to Thailand and takes a new girl to his hotel or condo every few nights and partying with a few thousand baht for every experience. Now let's get one thing straight. You cannot blame the girlfriend. That guy who did all of this was living a life of scarcity. He's afraid of losing his girlfriend, he's addicted to sex, and has now gone from not enough to too much. If you've done the math and found that you are spending tens of thousands of baht on your girlfriend every month, something is really wrong. Now, we're not saying you should be a cheapskate, especially if your girlfriend is bringing good value to your life, but if you're spending this money and not really getting anything back besides just taking in line, then you're making a serious money mistake in Thailand. A huge hidden expense is using your foreign debit or credit card in Thailand, or even withdrawing a lot of cash all the time. Yes, I know some of you use cards that pay the ATM fees, but most of you don't. Opening a bank account in Thailand is possible, even if sometimes a bit difficult, but it can be done. Get an account open here and only transfer money into it once a month. Stop keeping cash in your hotel or condo. Yes, you would be surprised, but we've met many people who still do this. Using the ATM, TransferWise, or just your foreign cards can cost a lot if you did not do good planning ahead. We recommend taking a time to explore opening a bank account here and leave your foreign credit card back in your hotel or condo for emergencies only. If you need help to open a bank account, you can contact us at the link in the description below. The next financial mistake is having an expensive condo. Yes, you can afford it, you've worked hard, but let's face it, the difference between a $500 condo and a $1,500 condo is not that great. Most buildings have the same amenities, and most buildings have great security. Get a less expensive condo and spend more money on a great mattress. Why do you want to spend the same amount on a condo in Thailand as you would an apartment in a major city back in your country? In our opinion, if you have just average income, then 25,000 baht is the maximum you should be spending on a condo in Bangkok. Spend the money on making that place as great as possible. That means a great mattress, some nice furnishings, and even some art. This way, when you have some guests over to visit, your home becomes the place where people want to come back to again. Trust me, we've seen some truly expensive condos that you would not want to come back to. Your life is your life, and really, it's up to you if you want to eat more Western food or not, but we suggest that getting used to Thai food is a good thing to do. Not only will you be cutting your grocery bills by more than half, you'll be also making yourself more flexible and unblackmailable. Don't be the expat who's always looking for European or American breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop crying about the food being spicy. Thai restaurants are very aware that many people, yes, even many Thai people, are not able to handle spicy Thai food. So there's food to suit every palate. Make Western food an infrequent treat that you give to yourself once a few months if you've been a good boy. Stop going to Starbucks. Instead, stop at one of the many thousands of small local coffee shops that make some really excellent coffee and who have the similar menu items as the big coffee chains. And hands down, the best way to get to know more about Thailand and to meet more Thai friends is to start eating more Thai food. Start going to local markets for shopping, get to know some of the vendors, they're really friendly people and will enjoy meeting and talking to you when you come to buy every week. You're really missing out with this one and spending a lot of money by holding on to what you no longer have in your home country. A big one that many people usually forget are those annual expenses. Renewing your visa, filing your taxes back home, buying health insurance. These expenses can add up to a few 100,000 baht depending on what kind of visa you have and how old you are. So be sure to set aside money every year to deal with this stuff. And finally, the most important thing that many people forget is to make a budget. Just because you're spending a lot less than you do in your home country doesn't mean that you should forget to budget. Write down what you're spending, watch my videos on living on $1,000 or $600 a month in Thailand, and please stick to your budget. Pay attention to how you spend your money in Thailand. After all, you've worked very hard in your country to have the freedom you have today. Don't blow it on a bar girl, stop with the expensive social life, don't forget about the annual expenses, and save your money for exploring and getting to know Thailand. It's a very large country and it beats sitting in an expensive condo with the aircon on full blast eating spaghetti and French toast every day. There's more to life than that. It's your money and it's up to you. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time, guys!
What are you waiting for?
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 Yes, correct. What are you waiting for? The world may not be in a great shape right now, but it's very possible to come to Thailand. It's actually easier to live in Thailand for a longer time than it was before. With one smile can get you the right long-term visa, find a perfect house, open the local bank account, or even open the business here. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description below or go to bansmile.com and get started.